Hello there, people. Hope you had an awesome Christmas and an awesome New Year. I had one of the best ones I've ever had for a long fucking time. A very long time, and it seemed a shame for it to all end. But it's good to be back into the grind. Well, for some of us anyway. I'm back at work. Today's my first day back. But I know that my kids were meant to go back to school today, and obviously that hasn't happened because we're being put into another lockdown. But today's video is going to be about New Year's resolutions. Now, I did a video about this last year, and basically I'm starting mine today. And I meant to start it on the 1st of January, but I'm starting mine today on the day that I've gone back to work, because that's when I say, you know, like, things have gone back to normality once you go back to work. So you might as well start it on a day that you're going to be, I mean, like, if you're going to get, like, say, I don't know, if you're going to be giving up drinking or something like that, there's no point doing it while you're still off work, because you can still have a drink while you're off work. But when you go back to work, everything's back to normality then. So I always start mine on it when I go back. So if you started yours on a Monday and you failed already, don't worry. You can do it with me. You can start it again today with me. And like I say, don't worry, because most people fucking fail anyway, don't they? They always say, oh, I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to stop doing that. And then, you know, like, they give it a day or something and they fell off the wagon and they're back onto fucking what they were doing, or, you know. So like I say, don't fucking get annoyed with yourself if you've already failed. It's not too late. You've still got the rest of this month to fucking give it a go and to try and do it. And like I say, you can start your day today with me and we can go through it together, you know. But a lot of people always get pissed off with themselves, and at the end of the day, we've just got out of fucking 2020, the worst year on fucking modern day history, you know what I mean? Like, apart from like shit like with the September 11th and stuff like that. But you know, like, this has put a lot of fucking things into perspective what's happened here, you know. So I think a lot of people is going to change their ways on how they did stuff anyway. I mean, this last year alone put things into perspective of how valued you are in society. And what I mean by that is, all these like big companies that were allowed to stay open and shit like that, fucking, where did that leave the little men? The little men lost everything, you know. A lot of people were like, they had just started that company and they couldn't get any help off the government. So in a way, it kicked a lot of people's asses to say, like, oh, I'm not a key worker, or I'm not classed as a valued worker. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking, what's it, where they're telling people to shut, oh, you shouldn't be open, your business needs to close because it's not non-essential. That's it. A lot of people found out they're non-essential. That's what's happened last year. A lot of people have thought for years their jobs were safe, they've never had to worry, they've getting a mortgage and shit like that, and then all of a sudden they got told, oh, you're non-essential, we don't need you, we just need the key workers to go to work and earn the money. Everyone else can just fucking sit in the house and lose out. And like I say, if you haven't been going for that long as a company, you don't get any help. So that should be a lot of people's fucking New Year's resolutions for this year, is try and get yourself a job. What's a key worker? What you're not, if there's something going tits up, you're still going to be fucking earning cash. You're not going to be struggling like some people. Because, I mean, fucking some people are fucking struggling like fuck. You know, it's so hard to make ends meet anyway. I'm a full-time worker, and even I fucking struggled. Do you know what I mean? So any one of us can struggle. You don't have to feel fucking shit about yourself if like 2020 hasn't exactly been kind on you and you've struggled and you're too embarrassed to ask for any help. You know, don't be embarrassed to ever ask anyone for help. And like I say, just try not to fucking let it get to you too much. I know it's hard. It's easy for me to say I've got a full-time job, but it's just, if you're in a position where you think you might want to change your job because you don't trust the company that you're working for and you've got a mortgage to pay, why not just do it? Why not? I changed my job a couple of months ago and it was the fucking best thing I ever did. I've been now but happy since I've fucking done it. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to sacrifice money to put your happiness first. So if that's going to be this year's New Year's resolution, I would say that's a fucking fantastic one to pick. Getting yourself a more secure job. You know what I mean? Anyone who's in a fucking funeral fucking trade, they're gonna be rubbing their hands together now of all the fucking shit what's been happening. But like I say, you've just got to try and insert yourself into something what you know is always going to be around. And if that's going to be a New Year's resolution, so be it. A lot of people may just want to pack in smoking, pack in drinking, pack in fucking eating fucking fatty foods and takeaways and shit like that. Whatever it is you're gonna pick, just try it, just give it a go. Don't, like I say, don't worry if you fucking fail after a couple of days. You can try again. What I do, my kids they make calendars at school, and I use one for like ringing for doing like like whatever missions me and my lass and the kids are going to be going on, or like dental appointments, and I use the other one for fucking New Year's resolutions, so you can tick off how many days you've done. Do you know what I mean? So it's a separate calendar, and I mean that's just something what I do, you know. You don't have to copy off me. You don't even have to fucking make a New Year's resolution if you don't want to. You're your own person, do what you want. Them do what I'll tell you, but like I say, man, it makes January that bit more fucking interesting, doesn't it? A lot of people pick dry January, you know, they don't drink through the whole of January, and that's fucking fair enough. Pat on the back if you can do that, you know. If you normally drink all the time and you can go a whole month without doing it, you need a pat on the back. But aye, New Year's resolutions. Have you filled yours already? Or are you starting yours today with me, Mickey Jody Dude? If you're starting it today, you know, just give it a go. Give it a go, see what happens. You never know, it might be the best thing you ever did. See you later, people. Take care. Love yous.